Bridges is my one-stop shop for responsible media.
It's an outlet for me to be able to help the community.
Media Bridges is Cincinnati's community media center. We provide the tools, the training, and a place to transmit people's signals so that the community can have a voice.
It's just a great outlet for anybody, no matter race, creed, culture.
How to use all different types of media. Classes that normally I'm sure would cost a mint if you were to go to a broadcast school. And those people can then take that working experience and apply it to art.
I went from having no idea to what goes on in a television station to operating a control room.
And there are a lot of people in the community that have gifts and talents that maybe not have the resources or the finances to do what they do.
Apply it to a job, apply it to communication.
It's so important because this gives the community an opportunity to look in and deal with issues.
I mean, media is about communicating.
Media Bridges is a place that helps bridge the gap between the community and the media.
In any given community, society, there is oftentimes a smaller majority who tends to control things.
Without public access television, there's a whole host of personalities, of content, a whole host of ideas that will never ever make it into the public eye.
I know from experience of people running into me on the street that a lot of people in the city of Cincinnati watch public access, enjoy public access, and kind of rely on it.
I think black media was very much needed because we don't see, even today, a lot of black media. Like I said, Media Bridges allows that.
When it moved to its Race Street facility, it was shortly after the civil unrest happened in Over the Rhine. And many people on a national, state, and local level commented that what was missing for many of the people in that community was the ability to be heard.
You know, because past history has allowed so much violence just based on lack of communication.
Media Bridges made a concentrated effort in moving down there to provide an ability for people to discuss, to speak, to be heard.
Since Media Bridges has been around, has opened a lot of the other cultures' eyes, and now we have understanding and we can communicate better.
It has always been the legacy of community to be the true definition of unity. It's about the differences that we have, but it's also about how we take those differences and work together to bridge some kind of connectivity with each other.
I'm not saying that if Media Bridges went away tomorrow, there'd be a riot, but without places like Media Bridges, the chances of people feeling that they're not being heard, feeling that they aren't being listened to, is greater.
We are producers, you know, we have visions, we have dreams, and now we have the facilities to be able to get it out and to reach the community and reach the people.
Electronic media has come a long way. People have computers in their homes and they have cameras in their homes. But you got to remember, not everybody is on the same side of the digital divide that you're on.
In the spring of 2010 Greater Cincinnati survey, 78% of city residents felt that community-based programming was important. Furthermore, it was even higher for religious and educational-based programming, which residents can see on our religious and educational access channels.
Media Bridges, while we exist to help everybody in Cincinnati, we have a primary focus on those on the far side of the digital divide.
While many Cincinnati residents have access to the internet, many do not. 5% of the residents of Cincinnati have dial-up internet, while 37% have no access to the internet at all.
When people say, hey, why do we need public access television? We've got the internet. Not everyone has the internet, and not everyone has the ability and the training to make use of the internet as a way to communicate what they want to say. That's why the training's important, the tools are important, and the ability to transmit is important.
WVQC, Low Power FM, is a radio station, 95.7, and it is a project of Media Bridges. So if we have all this different type of media, video, and why not have radio?
When I think of radio, I think of community radio.
Nonprofit services at Media Bridges include web design, IT services, and video production. We offer classes in video production, studio production, radio, along with graphic design and web design. Several of our outreaches benefit the community, such as working with several area Cincinnati public schools, which include Woodward, Withrow, and Clark Montessori. We also offer Greater Cincinnati area summer youth media camps and take part in the great program called Film Outside the Lines. This program, through a partnership with the Tall Institute and Visionary Voices, teaches adults with disabilities how to create their own films or their own media.
It lets every single individual in the community express themselves and send out a message.
It always go back to education. Always be that education is the best weapon.
There is a lot of community media that I'm grateful for, and the idea of not having any community media would be not only a disservice to the community, but an injustice.
And if it went away, I think a lot of people would have a pretty big hole punched in their cultural pipeline.
So I really can't imagine Media Bridges not being here, allowing people who have a voice, who wants a voice, being able to give their voices opportunity to be heard.
Media Bridges is providing a communication service to the community that you won't find from any other communications outlet in Greater Cincinnati.